Hey, everybody, welcome back to this episode of Think Business. I'm looking forward to talking to Jim Pappas. Jim, it's great to connect with you. You're the president of Fusco, Shaffer and Pappas, an architectural and planning firm founded in 1963. Jim, what I love about this podcast, and the Think community knows this, is I am a business coach. I work with solopreneurs to Fortune companies, leaders and C-level execs and managers and salespeople. And my goal is to work with successful people who are stuck and get them unstuck. And I love bringing guests like you on who have been in business for a long, long time to provide something to get the listener unstuck. Think community, Jim's going to share a lot today about the importance of, being involved in the community and a lot of other things that we're going to be diving into. And I ask that, just take one thing from what Jim can say to see how that can transform something even so small in your business and or your life. Jim, it's great to connect with you. I appreciate Joan Frank from Be Frank Communications connecting us. My first question is, as an architect, when did you know, take me back as early as possible, how you wanted to design your life?
Whoa, that's a tough question there. Um, Early on, even in my high school days, the things I enjoyed were math, science, art, which kind of led me to architecture. But even growing up, I think I learned really from my dad, who was a construction painter. Actually, when we drive around town, there was a project that he might have worked on, he always said, I did that. It took personal satisfaction in what he did. And he taught me that no matter what you do, take responsibility for it, take satisfaction from your achievements. And it's a great feeling as an architect, being able to create the environment. Who can imagine a better job?
Yeah. I want to talk about those drives with your dad for a minute. That you can't put in a book what that or teach in a class what that feeling is that then is a catalyst for wanting to choose a career and a positive trigger that guides us in decision making through life. And so, what was that feeling? What was that feeling when your dad said that resonated so deeply within you in those moments?
It's just that that you could tell that he was proud of what he did.
Yeah,
It's that feeling that you helped do something. And even in when he went continued his career, he was in business for himself several times and did well and failed several times. But it instilled in me that sense of that's what I want to do.
yeah,
I wanted to run my own business. I mean, I knew that from before I ever worked for anybody else that I wanted to be in charge. I
yeah,
wanted to make these decisions, and it it's tough making being responsible like that.
yeah,
You know, you-
yeah.
it's
I,
exciting too.
I know what you mean. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I grew up and everyone was an entrepreneur around me. And
Hmm.
so the question of, having my own business was always kind of, it just is always what I wanted. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Let's talk about the art and science of design. You have been around, your business has been around since 1963, and you design things, right? What an amazing thing to be able to do and just design whatever a client can imagine. So kind of what is that like?
The best analogy I can put together for what architects do, it's like working on a giant 3D puzzle.
Yeah,
You you have all the parts and pieces. You know what? There's things that the client needs. There's things that code requires that the local community wants, and you have to figure out how to put all these pieces together in the best way possible. And
yeah,
you can put it together a lot of different ways, but some are better than others.
yeah. I love it. Let's talk of putting together the pieces of the puzzle when it comes to being involved in the community, right? As a business, as a humanitarian, what does that look like for your business?
Our firm, even when I started as an employee here many years ago, working for Jude Fusco, we always worked for quite a few nonprofit organizations, and working with those groups really taught me the need of the responsibility for everyone to maybe help change the world a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and the hard work that these organizations do. I mean, the people, the groups, taking care of seniors, working with the homeless, working with children that have no place to go. It's just what a great satisfaction, for me being
Yeah.
able to assist organizations like that. Um, in helping them, work on their future, working on their buildings and projects with them. And groups like this, oftentimes that they are very good at doing what they do, but may not have people on their staff that know about construction.
Yeah.
So it's our firm really tries to make that extra step in working closely with these types of groups, to help them not uh, you know, hit the roadblocks that they might run into and try
Sure.
to lead them in the right direction. And it's,
Yeah.
but what a feeling, working with groups like that that are helping so many other people.
No, it's beautiful. I love it. Let's talk about the power of leading and the power of mentorship. The power of, giving guidance and actively listening and guiding people, and the gift of giving and the gift of receiving. So just talk a little bit about mentorship, because what I'm hearing you say, and I find this, in the work that I do and in mentor mentee relationships that I have, not only do you learn from giving, but whomever you're giving to also is giving right back. That's the
Right.
ideal mentor relationship.
One of the things I learned real early in my career, be involved in a lot of, large meetings where you have 20 people sitting at the table, is the importance before you start talking is to listen. I've always tried to make it a philosophy in those large meetings with 20 people. Let everybody talk first.
Yeah.
Try to stay quiet and listen for a while, and then when it's time for you to talk, and people are ready to listen and ready for decisions to be made, hopefully you make better decisions.
Right.
You need to listen first before you make decisions and say, okay, everybody's spoken, but let's do this. But
Yeah.
you need to listen along the way, and that's how you learn.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in a decision making process, you never have enough information. You
Yeah.
always have about 1/3 of what you actually need,
Yeah.
but things need to move forward.
I was just talking literally an hour ago about this very topic, Jim, and how important it is. The way I'm wired, I need to listen before I can talk and ask questions. And I was just talking about the power of actively listening is great.
And pay attention when people are
Yeah.
talking. It's not, just don't let it be
Yeah.
running in front of you. Actually pay attention and listen.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right. Quick speed round for you, Jim. A book that's had the biggest impact on you.
Whew. I don't know. That would be next question.
The next question. Best piece of wisdom you've ever received.
Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
I love it. I love it. Finish this sentence. One person who, somebody who's listening to this, who wants to take the next step in designing their life, their business, etc., the first thing they should do is
take the first step.
I love it. I love it. Tell everybody who your ideal clients are, Jim, and how they can connect with you.
My ideal clients are clients that are helping change the world. Those organizations that really make a difference, and I love to work for them.
I love it. I love it. I like working with people who want to change the world too. I love that. Think Community. We started today talking about, and I suggested that everyone take one thing from Jim. And Jim, you shared a lot of things, but one of my main takeaways, Think Community, that I hope you take away that helps you get unstuck in your business and in life is actually, Jim, your dad's advice, or something you spoke through through your dad's energy, which is be proud of what you do.
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
it's so important to your core to be fulfilled. Those who listen know one of my favorite quotes by Tony Robbins is success without fulfillment equals failure. You really have to be proud of what you do. It shows in everything that you do. Jim, I can tell that it resonates through you and everything that you do. And I appreciate our talk today and everything that you shared. Think Community, if you want to connect with Jim, you can. Jim, tell them how to connect with you.
You can visit my website, or I'm available, Jim Pappas, jpappas at fsparch.com.
All right. And if anyone needs to get a hold of me, jondwoskin.com. Jim, thank you so much for being here. Another shout out to Joan Frank, B Communications, for connecting us. I appreciate it. Have a great day, everybody. Jim, any last words?
Thank you, John. I appreciate you.
All right. Well, thanks. I was looking, yeah, you didn't have to thank me, but I appreciate it. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.